to set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
I feel like if I didn't give myself some rails, like a fence maybe, like a cage, like a film buff cage, I could talk about this movie and everything that surrounds it for 30 minutes. I know sometimes I can get long-winded, and some of these episodes hit 20, 22, 23 minutes. Miracle, 2004, directed by Gavin O'Connor. Big shout out, because you guys know I connect. I love movie music. Mark Isham, he's top 10 film composer of all time. He's on this, and then we get something magical. We get a little bit of that Disney magic. This is a Disney movie. I consider this among this trilogy of Disney sports films that I cannot get enough of in my adult life. It's Miracle, Invincible, and Rookie. And Rookie, I just cycle through that movie. It could be 4 o'clock in the morning. I will put Rookie on with Dennis Quaid. I just love that movie. I love the way it's shot. It's so inspiring. It gets my blood flowing. We got a couple different positions here, guys, and welcome back. Peter A. DeLuca here, coming to you from, you guys know the drill, Philadelphia, PA, the one and only. We got hit with a snowstorm from Yeti's butthole. The entire city shut down. It somewhat reopened throughout the day as the snow got cleared out. I went out, dozens of bulldozers. They're melting ice. They got dump trucks. You could walk the sidewalks. Broad Street, you guys know I'm a couple seconds from Broad Street, not far from City Hall. Broad Street, absolutely clear. Temperature didn't drop, so it was like 30 degrees with the removal, with the sun somewhat out, even though it was cloudy. Things can liquefy. Not long ago, we got a snowstorm where a lot of ice is still remaining from, but the temperature was single digits. So we only got a few inches, but that was enough to keep ice on the roads for a couple weeks. And we had snow banks for about 10 days. Walking around the city was not pleasant not too long ago, but we're free and clear. And USA, I didn't realize that there was a gold medal gap between men's hockey Olympic gold medals. I thought maybe they had 5 or 6. No idea. It was only 3, and it hasn't happened since everything that's depicted in the 1980 Winter Olympics, where it was a miracle, a know-nothing, a schlump. I almost said schmuck, a schmuck of a team. A bunch of kids effectively won the gold medal. They beat this Russian engine. And if you guys know anything about the Russian team at this time that this movie pits these kids against, I always felt like there should have been a follow-up to this movie where we get it from the Russian position, because the head coach for the Russians, and please, I can't drill down into this. I don't know the guy's name. I don't even know the name of any players or even the head coach that Kurt Russell portrays in this movie. But the Russian head coach was a monster. He built one of the most perfect hockey programs, training, plays. He's the one that developed that you chase where the puck is going to be. You don't chase the puck, which is a famous Wayne Gretzky line. And we get it all. We get this idea that from the very get-go, and we give credit to Gavin O'Connor, our filmmaker. Gavin, and this is kind of where the film buff has come full circle. We have episodes, we have conversations about Gavin. We like him. I'm going to go through some of his filmography before we get out of here. The Accountant, I'm looking at you. But I think it's a testament to everything we've done here on the Film Buff podcast that even this movie can bleed out into other episodes. A lot of the other quote-unquote critics would never focus on Gavin O'Connor. They will just, repeatedly talk about whoever's shooting on IMAX, or Tom Cruise, whatever stunt he's doing for this movie, and fake hate things, and everything's about the Odyssey right now, and it's got to be on IMAX, and that's it, like rinse and repeat. We really drill into what these movies are sometimes, and it's revealed with the interest, with some of the attention to detail throughout a career that these filmmakers have. You see patterns, you feel rhythms. And for Gavin, he knows Herb Brooks. That's who Kurt Russell plays. It just came to me. Herbie. That's how I remember it. Mr. Brooks here, our head coach, is very much like Ben Affleck's The Accountant, where they have a giant task, but there's a method behind it. There's a calculation. There's chipping away at a bigger problem. And Kurt Russell, one of my favorite scenes in this entire movie, is when he picks the team. And they come to him in the parking lot. They're like, hey, we have a committee, and you're here for 3 days, and you pick the team, within the first day of seeing these players. And Kurt Russell's like, yeah, that's my team. Those are my guys. Those are the skill sets I need. I'm building the team I need to win, not the team of the best players. And we see a lot of that in The Accountant, especially with number 2, with his brother, where it's, you almost want to call it like it's a secret collaboration. And you have to have other people around you like catch up. Somewhat in the professional environment. And I would love to have like a business process management or like that type of conversation with Gavin, because I feel like he's minded for it, to where you wait for people to catch up to you, and you teach them a repeatable process. Even the executives and the admins, you start to drill them, and you pound in, and this is where a lot of clubhouses get this culture. They get this culture going down to how they stock the water bottles, where this is us. These are our methods. These methods help us stand for this, and this is what we're trying to do. And in some cases, when it comes to sports, it's very simple: just win. When it comes to The Accountant, I guess we're like comparing the two. The Accountant is solve the problem, like stack everything in your favor so you can solve the problem. But we just had this epic, very viral, insane game here in Philly. People were out at 8 o'clock in the morning to watch this gold medal match. I was coming back from one of the most heartbreaking days, moments of my entire life. As you guys know, there's been a absolute major death in the family. I'm not addressing who and these other things, but that's where I've been recently. That's why some of the releasing, my schedule has been a little bit erratic. And my fiance and I, we were still trying to make it back into Philly to watch the game with people that we know at 8 o'clock in the morning in Philly, after having this, exhaustive day where we crash out at maybe 1:30 in the morning, trying to wake up, and all of these. I was up though, guys. AKAPADers, I was up. I think she was just so spent. She had to recover, and you just go with it. Looking back, it's like, maybe I should have worked out in all that extra time, but I was doing laptop work. Sometimes it's the same thing. But guys, this movie, the way it bridges what just happened in real life to now on Disney Plus, we can experience Miracle 2004. And kind of go over the filmography of Gavin O'Connor and get this nice sketch of the moment and the feeling and the work it was put into this championship team. Gavin gets it, and we see it in his writing. We see it like 1999, Tumbleweeds, 2004. He's directing Miracle, 2008, writing and directing Pride and Glory. 2011, Warrior, one of the great like combat sports movies, the greatest of all. Like we have Smashing Machine and Warrior. I love Warrior. It's there. I know it's some people have walked away from it in the past few years. I think Warrior is fantastic. Director, Jane Got a Gun. Director, The Accountant. 2016. 2020. A movie that I feel like, again, like never discussed, never comes up, but The Way Back with Ben Affleck. One of the best drunk alcohol rebound movies out there. This movie truly feels like a guy trying to recover, and a lot of these movies don't. Does it apply to a little bit what we see in Warrior and Miracle? Maybe like Jane Got a Gun too. He knows these characters, and I do feel like they come through. And I think that would worked in 2016 with The Accountant. People forget that The Accountant literally came out of nowhere, and it just flipped the whole action genre like on its head. But one of the most impactful action movies of all time. I think Miracle is one of the greatest sports movies of all time. I think The Way Back is one of the greatest recovery movies of all time. And 2025, The Accountant 2, one of the great sequels. So this guy does a lot. I mean, I haven't seen The Bet. He wrote The Bet in 1990. Oh, because you know why? AKAPAD, that's a short film. But Tumbleweeds too. People forget like how much discussed Tumbleweeds was when it came out. I mean, Tumbleweeds, the budget, $300,000. It's a $1.3 million movie. We have to say it's one of the most successful independent movies of the 90s, of the day. Definitely there, number-wise. I mean, I know. Like Halloween, right? Halloween, John Carpenter. You make that movie for $12, and it makes like $400 million. I get that ratio, but this is there. Whenever you have something under $500,000 making $1 million plus, it's a major success for an independent movie. But yeah, Tumbleweeds, again, like all over the place at one time, discussion wise. Jane Got a Gun, 2015. Natalie Portman, Western. No one cares. Go watch it. You see this movie and you kind of understand some of the position of Thor, Love and Thunder, of her as her own set piece in a bigger environment, action star, a little bit tough, can save the day, can be there, right? Like that's Natalie Portman. Like outside of some of the Star Wars stuff, never quite had a role like Love and Thunder, and even during the promo of that movie. And I guess maybe we should do a separate episode on Jane Got a Gun. But I just feel like that movie built this template to where it's like, hey, we can bring this character back. We can give her Thor's hammer. So Gavin is a filmmaker. He's a character-driven filmmaker. Kurt Russell, and the plight that we see him go through, and we see a little bit of the struggle. I mean, then again, it's a sports movie. The coach is going to connect with the players. He's going to connect with and be at conflict with the assistant coach. Like, you get all of these tropes, but when the tropes work and they kind of move and flow, it just puts a smile on your face because you're watching something well made. I'm not against movie tropes. I'm not against a little bit of a rinse and repeat mentality when I sit down to watch a movie, because there's all this other information around the film I'm trying to absorb, and not everything needs to like rewrite the book. Miracle is one of the greatest sports movies of all time. even right now as I'm talking to you guys, Gavin O'Connor is not a name at all, right? Like when people talk about the great modern day filmmakers or the guys that have had notable careers, Gavin never comes up. And then today, we all spend time on social media. Disney doesn't push out some type of, even if it's a fake story, but why doesn't Disney put out that the numbers for Miracle 2004 on Disney Plus are spiking because people watched the gold medal game yesterday and they went right to Disney Plus to watch this movie. I don't get it. Well, that's what I did, guys. And guess what? We are talking about it. And that's what we do here on the Film Buff Podcast. Hey, everyone, for all the people that have reached out to me with thoughts and prayers, holy crap. Thank you. I might just do like a thank you episode coming up and address some of it. Cause deeply meaningful. But I love you guys. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.